by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right up 1 second left. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow. In your life have you seen anything like that? No. Wide right.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner, here comes Knight and the Mets win it!
Oh, the band is out on the field, he's going to go in the end zone, he's going to go in the end zone, the Bears have won, the Bears have won, oh my God, you believe in miracles? Yes!
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff like death. Speaking of which, why did the DJ miss the funeral, Dave?
I don't know.
He was a late night DJ and he wasn't a morning person. I'm Bobby Tamburo, and here's the star of the program, Eastside Dave McDonald.
He wasn't a morning person, Roy. You get
Yeah,
it?
I sure do, but that's a good one.
Mourning, Roy. Morning. You get it?
They call that a pun. Pune,
Hey.
David.
Easy, Roy. Easy. I'm in
Yeah.
no mood for your bullshit today, pal. I am in a very precarious mood today.
Uh-oh.
I am the one who's in mourning. I am the one who is being squeezed by every financial institution. That we'll get to later on in the show.
Okay.
At the very beginning of the show, bow your heads for the New York Knickerbockers.
Can't do it, David.
Boy, I
Yeah.
said Knicker.
Oh,
Knicker. That,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not giving you green light. All of a sudden go fucking Tarantino on our asses. Okay? Because Roy was going to break into a dead Knickerbocker storage speech. All right? We ain't doing that today, Roy. But I have to tell you, in this very chaotic June 1st, Sunday, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening. Thank you for joining the Davey Mac Sports Program. We're here with Roy Harder, the musical dynamo, who can't play keyboards because his neck is all fucked up, and he's decided to do a Christopher Reeves impression. And everyone knows Christopher Reeves, terrible musician, on top of being a terrible horse rider.
That's right. Yeah.
Bobby Tamburo joins us as well. The producer, I can't say producer extraordinaire. I'm just going to say the producer.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding
okay.
with you. Roy,
Okay.
the other
Yeah.
day, I said I am so low on money that I needed $7 immediately PayPal to me. And Robert said he's banned from PayPal. That's your Davey Mac Sports Program cast right there. You got one guy who's been banked, who's been fucking. Why don't we have super chats? You know why we don't have super chats? I'm going to tell you exactly why. Okay, I watch shows on YouTube with super chats, and thank you, Kirkland Red 100s. Why don't you have super chats? Then we can give you money for your show. Your channel should be monetized by now. The channel's monetized. Let me stress something. I find that when I've watched shows with super chats, that's all the hosts do. And it's like they don't get to their material, or they don't have like content. Like they don't get to their shit. It just feels like it's just super chat after super chat after super chat. I don't know. It's just like, but well, you have to read them because people pay for them. But then the super chats, it's just all super chats. I've seen hosts. I'm not to fucking drop any dimes on people, but I was on Michael Malice's show. Okay, that was a quick dime drop right there.
That's a big one, dude. Congratulations.
And that was 3 years ago on Compound Media. Michael Malice is great. Michael Malice is great. This is not a Michael Malice critique. It's just that I was on his show, and he was doing the super chats, and that's all the show was. And I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing here? The guy's on the fucking doing super chat, super chat, super chat. There's no show with super chats, in my personal opinion. Maximum flub, your comments are showing up. Don't worry, people. If you want to donate, listen, this is the thing. I'm not going to go into it now. I got to go Knicks-Pacers first. But again, PayPal is the thing. didvod@aol.com. That's D as in David, I, D as in David, V as in vehicle, O, DasnDavid@AOL.com. It's on the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube. Anyway, I am in mourning because the New York Knicks have done what the New York Yankees and what the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and what everything in my life lately has been one huge cosmic joke. I'm realizing that now. I'm realizing everyone who said Eastside Dave sucks at life on Whackbag in 2006, you were right. There, you're right. Because no matter what I do, I'll get to my life falling apart later on. But the point about my life falling apart is that I now put everything, all of my emotions into my sports, my Star Wars, my wrestling, but the sports is number one. Because you can't, the other shit is stories. And the other shit, that's planned out. But sports, obviously, is magical. No, the NFL's not rigged. The NBA's not rigged. Nothing is rigged. Sports is real. And you put all your fucking heart into this shit for the Yankees to get to the World Series only to have the worst choke job in Game 5 against the LA Dodgers and lose that entire fucking thing. Or you got the same Fighting Irish get all the way to the championship game and get decimated by Ohio State. I'm not going to talk about the New York Football Giants. They're fucking garbage. But you know what? At least I know that the Giants are garbage going in. Because then I got to deal with the Knicks, and I go to my son, Stanley Mac. And I said, Stanley, believe it or not, the team that's closest to winning a championship right now is the New York Knicks. And they get on this magical run, and they defeat the defending champions, the Boston Celtics, in order to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals where they'll play the Indiana Pacers. And shout out to Rob Thompson because he's from Indiana, and because he loves our show, he accepts the smack talk that I have to deliver against Indiana and basically all the smack talk I've been doing against the Midwest. But I have to tell you, Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers' star point guard, is perfect for that region of the country. And the reason why is because he and all of you are a bunch of fucking dorks. All of you. And the problem with the Knicks losing to Tyrese Halliburton with the phony-ass smile. Oh, trust me. 5-6 years from now, there's going to be a scandal with Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if it's going to be a Diddy Epstein scenario.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if it's going to be an Ellen DeGeneres. I don't know what kind of scandal it's going to be. Like, simply being exposed, because you know my opinion. When I've been saying this for years, I called Ellen before Ellen happened. I said, anyone whose fucking brand is being a nice guy, when that's your brand, you are doomed. Because good, actual nice people, they don't use that as a brand. Actual nice people, niceness implies humility. And so you can't be all this friendly Ellen DeGeneres with the stupid fucking dancing and the crazy eyes and fool the Dave man. Well, Tyrese Halliburton is the Ellen DeGeneres of fucking basketball.
He's the lesbian of basketball.
He is a lesbian. And he has the smile is disingenuous. The body, the fucking pants, hiking the pants. This is Tyrese Halliburton. Ready? Here you go. Hey guys. Hi. Hi, Roy.
Hey,
I'm
David.
Tyrese Halliburton. Nice to see you. I like my pants nice and high.
I see
Hi,
your camel
guys.
toe.
What's that, Roy?
I see your camel toe.
That's a testicle.
I can tell what religion you are.
I think you might have cancer.
I don't know. It's very uncomfortable to wear your pants this high. Like, even sitting down, I don't feel good. And yet there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's both. It's regular life, and then it's his basketball jersey. And it's annoying. and he's annoying. And what would you like to say, Robert?
I was just curious. You know how like some closing pitchers will rub hot sauce on their ears so they're like agitated and they feel like it makes them play better. Do you think that's what he's doing with his shorts? Like it's constantly chafing his penis so he plays angrier and better?
No, I think there's a possibility he's dickless.
Whew. He should go to the WNBA. He'd dominate.
Exactly. Like he's kind of Angel Reese-ish to me anyway. So why not go to the WNBA? I'm not sure he has a penis, so he may be eligible. And he would go to the WNBA, and there he could finally score a basket or two. And don't get me started. He had 24 points or something like that. What did I say on the Davey Mac Sports Program? Biggest front runner in basketball. Tyrese Halliburton isn't half the player Jalen Brunson is. Jalen Brunson has to literally carry the Knicks every game. And it's almost like if he doesn't score 40, the fucking Knicks are toast. The amount of fucking pressure that was on Jalen Brunson this entire postseason is beyond. And Tyrese Halliburton, they announced after the Pacers defeated the Knicks yesterday in 6 games to win the Eastern Conference Finals and advance to the NBA Finals where they'll take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They announced who the Eastern Conference Finals MVP was, and if you look at this clip online, Tyrese Halliburton starts to walk to grab the trophy until they rightfully announced, no, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP is Pascal Siakam, not Tyrese Halliburton. And the truth is, Pascal Siakam sunk the fucking Knicks, not Halliburton. And here's the problem with being the sports master. I'm like a fucking biblical prophet or Nostradamus or who was that guy? Something Casey in the 1920s. You know him? You guys know about the Casey guy from the 1920s?
No.
Edgar Casey. We had our own Nostradamus prophet in America in the 1920s. I highly suggest you look up the life and times of Edgar Casey. It's fascinating. But regardless, look, Edgar Casey, by the way, really quick aside, said there's shit under the right paw of the Sphinx. And everyone's like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, there's a Hall of Records down there. And guess what they just found out a few years ago? There's a big fucking compartment down under the right paw of the Sphinx.
No kidding, huh?
No, absolutely 100%. He called it in fucking 1920.
Casey.
Right? But it's not, this ain't the Edgar Casey fucking sports program. It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, not Casey Anthony. She was not a prophet. She was a bad person. Here's the point, okay? Before the series started, I go, Tyrese Halliburton's not going to be the one to beat you. It's going to be that fucking Siakam. Did I not, Robert, go, that's a guy that, go check the tapes, folks. I go, that's a fucking guy that you all of a sudden you look up and Siakam's got 8 threes and he's got 30 points. And what fucking happened? The Knicks let Pascal Siakam, very good player, that's why he said it, but still, Pascal Siakam is the one who fucking beat the Knicks. He was the difference maker. You can't let that happen. That can't happen. Tom Thibodeau finally made some adjustments late in the series. But Jesus Christ, we can't figure out a fucking defense for Siakam? The bottom line is this team lost it when they did choke away game 1. That's it. They choked away game 1. I tried to stay positive. I tried to stay optimistic. But, man, you fucking have a goddamn, 14-point lead with 3 minutes? You have to win that game. That game must be won. And here's why I feel like God's torturing me, fellas. When the Yankees lost the fucking Game 5 of the World Series, and as a result, the entire World Series to the Dodgers, they're up 5-0 in the 5th. 5-0 in the 5th. You must win the game. When you're up 14 points with 3 minutes to go, you have to win that game for the Knicks to blow that fucking thing. It turns out that was the series. That was it.
Oh,
They get
man.
that game. It's at least a game 7 in the Garden. I am beside myself. What did I do? What did I do? Roy, final fucking, I mean, be honest here. Am I a good person or a bad person? Because I feel like I'm getting punished.
I feel like you are getting punished, David. But you know what? That's kind of you get punished quite a bit in life. It's kind of your thing.
Why? I said, though, am I a good person or a bad person? I find it very suspicious that you didn't answer that.
You're a great person, David. You're a very good person and a great heart. But I will admit, you do get some bad luck thrown your way.
Oh, bad luck. For
maybe,
the last 15 years, no, for 20 years, it's all bad luck.
Maybe it's because you care too much, David. A guy like me doesn't really care. And things seem to always go my way.
That's what I got to do. You're right. I have to be less passionate about life. Robert, what? What were you going to say?
I think you're looking at this all wrong, Dave. I think if you look at it, the Yankees weren't the number 1 team in baseball. They kind of overachieved by making it to the World Series. Same with the Knicks. Same with Notre Dame. Like, if anything, it's a metaphor for you that
the
all
Yankees,
these teams.
You can't say overachieved when you have Aaron Judge last year and Garrett Cole, MVP and Cy Young on the team. It's the Yankees. We can't say overachieved. The Knicks, Notre Dame,
focus on
maybe,
the Knicks and Notre Dame. Because what I was saying is, what it is if you look at us, we're like a ragtag group of individuals as well. We overachieve constantly with what we do. Roy's like an Aryan dude who escaped from Nazi Germany, who found out how to make music. You're the craziest guy I've ever met, and I'm a psycho.
I don't think the Aryans needed to escape Nazi Germany. I think the Aryans were very comfortable in Nazi Germany.
In Nazi Germany, then Nazi Germany fell, and they were all in trouble. So
then
the real
that was
bad
no
ones had to
longer
go to
Nazi
Argentina.
Germany, dummy. That was just fucking Germany.
And I'm borderline retarded, and look at the product we put together. I think you should look at those sports teams as a metaphor for us and be like, we overachieved.
Jewish people had to escape Nazi Germany. The Aryans were A-okay.
Yeah. Although
they were fine and dandy.
I wouldn't consider myself a full Aryan. I mean, I have obviously some genetic defects myself, so there goes that theory.
No, but I mean, you're German. You're very German is what his point is.
What
you're saying is in 1941, if the physician was checking out, a line of people and you were online, they'd be like, yeah, we got to send him into the showers.
Unless if they saw him now, because he looks like every evil German scientist from
Not with the fucking
movies.
neck brace. He'd be on top of that little girl in the red coat on Schindler's List. Are you kidding? If he can't get to work and do something,
yeah.
What would you? No, it'd be amazing if in a who was that lady, Roy? Riefenstahl, the lady who did all the movies.
Oh, you mean Wiesenthal, the Nazi hunter?
Or something.
The only Jewish director I know is Spielberg.
No. There was a German woman who was a very famous director of the Nazi propaganda, something Riefenstahl.
Oh, your history is better than mine. I have no idea.
Well, my point was that you could have been her John Williams. That's all I was going for. It's pointless stuff. But it's torturous. It's torturesome. Okay. Horrible officiating. I said it before and I'll say it again. New York teams, people sometimes accuse of getting the call. And again, let's go back and really examine that shit. Maybe the Yankees. Like, I'm a Yankees fan, and I'll admit, maybe the Yankees get a call from time to time. But that's not some sort of New York sports thing. And again, I point to the fact that the Knicks haven't won the fucking finals since 1973. The Knicks aren't getting calls. Otherwise, they would have won a championship in the last 52 years. I've never experienced a Knicks championship. And at this rate, I'm not going to. Johnny Rocket had said Lenny Riefenstahl. I was fucking right.
Oh, okay.
50 points for me on the Nazi trivia.
It wasn't Spielberg.
Definitely was not Spielberg or anyone named Berg. Deuce McBride. I loved him. And Josh, the Deuce McBride 3-point shot yesterday. And they say Deuce McBride stepped out of bounds. I rewound the tape. Stanley was next to me. I had to drop. The only reason why I was a couple minutes late is I dropped off Stanley because I said today's show is a show that you shouldn't be a part of in case I go into a very dark territory. I said, you can't even witness. The dogs can't even be here today.
You don't want to see your father in this condition.
No. So, I mean, it's like the fucking little kid looking at Jack Torrance in The Shining.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fucking Nicholson freaking out. Like, come here, Danny. How was your day, son? Like, uh-oh. Daddy? By the way, one time my dad didn't shave, and he scared the fuck out of me. The first thing that came to my mind, because I saw The Shining too young. I saw it when I was like 8. And the first thing that came to my mind was actually Jack Nicholson in The Shining. My dad came down on a Sunday. He always shaved first thing in the morning. I never saw the guy. He never had facial hair. But one day, no shaving. He comes down with the stubble, and I'm like, I'm getting decapitated today.
All work and no play makes Patty a rough boy.
When your dad shaves every day and you're a little kid and fucking dad's got the 5 o'clock shadow, it's like seeing remember Superman 3 where there was an evil Superman and the only difference was that he had 5 o'clock shadow.
He had facial hair. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a beard. It was like 5 o'clock shadow. Outside of that, his uniform looked the same. Everything was the same.
That's right. Yeah.
That was a horrible movie. Deuce McBride didn't step out. I rewound the fucking thing. Deuce McBride looked like he stepped out. But actually, his heel went over the baseline. Went over the out-of-bounds line.
Mm.
He never stepped out of bounds. If you're a fucking referee, first of all, why are you making that call? That's such a tiny, minute call. But if you're going to make that call, fine. If a guy steps out of bounds, he steps out of bounds. But you got to be fucking damn well sure that he stepped out of bounds. And that replay shows he didn't step out of bounds.
So if the replay showed it, they can't dispute it?
Honestly, while I'll drop I don't curse in front of my kids. Every once in a while, you'll hear a shit. And I feel like that's fine. Indiana Jones says shit once a movie. And I show them Indiana Jones all the time. I am screaming at my television. Tibbs, challenge this. Challenge. Then, of course, the Pacers get the ball in. Too late. The play resumes. And I literally scream, fuck! And Stanley's like, uh-oh. And he's like, Daddy, should we go to bed now? I'm like, no, we shouldn't. We should watch the end of this game, son.
He had the same Shining moment you had. He was like, my dad's going to kill me.
Everything's okay, Stanley. Come here, son. Come here, little son. Deuce McBride didn't step out, so they nullify that 3. The Pacers then instantly get the ball back, and they hit a 3. 6-point swing that the Knicks could not recover from. And at that point, I go, fuck the refs. Fuck them. But it wasn't just the refs. We need help. OG Anunoby is great, and Jalen Brunson is great, obviously. Jalen Brunson's the best point guard in the league. Don't even give me Halliburton anymore. Halliburton is a front-running bitch. I fucking said that the last 2 weeks. Was Halliburton's first half anything special? The answer is no. Then the fucking Pacers get out to a 14-point lead, and then Halliburton scores 10 points in the fourth quarter, and everyone's like, oh, Halliburton, blah, 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 blah. It was garbage time. It wasn't the fucking game was over. Don't give me that shit. When the fucking game was still in doubt, Halliburton sucked. Don't give it to me.
You could make a solid argument he wasn't even the best point guard on his team this series. I mean, McConnell came in, made the big plays, the momentum shifts. He was the one really getting
Halliburton had the one great game. What was it? Game 4.
4.
Fantastic. But I tell you what, you're a big-time player. It takes more than one game in a 6-game series. Brunson's out there scoring fucking 30 points every goddamn fucking game, folks. And I know he didn't have 30 last night, but the guy was burnt out. So here's the deal. We got fucking Jalen Brunson. I believe OG Anunoby's becoming a star. Outside of that, I want Giannis. And I'm not against Karl Anthony Towns, Robert, so don't see it as an opportunity to pounce. But here's why I'm saying this. If you look at what the Knicks general manager Leon Rose has done, he's actually been rather brilliant. He gets good players, and then what he does is simply, after the season, he analyzes it and he goes, I'm going to upgrade a little bit. For instance, the Knicks look great, 2 years ago with Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. He said, I'm going to trade DiVincenzo and Julius Randle to the Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns was an upgrade from Julius Randle, and then Leon Rose went out and got Mikal Bridges, and Bridges was an upgrade of DiVincenzo. No issues there. But here's the problem. We can now upgrade from Karl Anthony Towns, and we can maybe get Giannis if we say to the fucking Milwaukee Bucks, God damn it, we'll give you Cat and we'll give you Bridges, and because they traded all their draft picks. And that's what I want. I want the Knicks going after Giannis. Or if they're going to keep Cat, they have to add a big-time player then. An actual all-star to the team. They need an all-star. The team's got to get deeper. And quite frankly, if you listen, Tibbs, he did a fine job. But I got to say, Mike Malone is from New York and won an NBA championship a couple years ago. And for some stupid-ass reason, the Denver Nuggets fucking fired him with 10 games remaining. Insane firing. Well, guess what? He's out there. So you got a New Yorker, same age as Tibbs, who has won an NBA championship in Mike Malone. I would consider, just in the same way Leon Rose is doing this, Mike Malone is a slight upgrade from Thibodeau, and Giannis is without a doubt an upgrade from Towns. And if Leon Rose is going to continue his pattern with the upgrade process, there it is. That's 2 of them for you.
I mean, nobody's been more critical of Towns than me, but this series, he kept the Knicks in so many games. I would love to see them add somebody. I got to tell you, though, I did watch, what was that, game 5?
Yeah.
Where they won?
Yeah.
It was at a Croatian bar. And every time Karl Anthony Towns scored a basket, the entire bar yelled, "Sassy!" Which was just the best.
They didn't do that.
I swear to God, Dave.
Every basket. Croatian people were calling him Sassy.
Sassy, yes. That was what they would yell every time he had a big play. And they would do the wrist thing, too. Like, it was like they had a coordinated soccer
Best Croatian basketball of all time, player of all time. Go.
Luka Doncic.
Drazen Petrovic.
Is that a real person?
Yes, that's a real person. New Jersey Nets own. Drazen Petrovic.
Wasn't Kukoc from there?
Now, here's the other thing. Reggie Miller being on this fucking broadcast on TNT was over the line. And I genuinely think what TNT tried to do was fucking pull a fast one on Knicks fans. And that's why they had Stan Van Gundy there. And they made it a 3-man booth. Well, Stan Van Gundy didn't coach the New York Knicks, but another announcer who should have been hired the second he and Mark Jackson were laid off from ESPN is Jeff Van Gundy. First of all, why is Jeff Van Gundy? Oh, I think maybe he's an assistant coach somewhere. But if you're TNT, why aren't you offering Jeff Van Gundy a big contract? And at least if we had Reggie over here, we could have had Jeff Van Gundy, former Knicks coach, over here. And instead, it was Stan Van Gundy, who, to me, fucking seemed goddamn like he despised the Knicks. And then Reggie Miller, the biggest legend in Indiana Pacers history. It was too much. They were the broadcast was pro-Pacer. The refs were pro-Pacer. I don't care what anyone says. The fucking sideline reporter lady in Indianapolis a few games ago was wearing a yellow jacket like she was literally a part of the Indiana Pacers coaching staff. And then we get the fucking trophy ceremony, and there's Reggie Miller, who's supposed to be an objective broadcaster for TNT. There's Reggie Miller presenting the fucking Eastern Conference Finals championship to the goddamn Pacers owner. And by the way, what a feeble old man the goddamn Pacers owner was. First of all, total android alien robot. The guy just won the Eastern Conference Finals. His team is going to the NBA Finals. No emotion at all. He's just like, Then Reggie Miller gives the fucking guy the trophy. The old fucking weirdo, who quite frankly, way more sassy than Karl Anthony Towns. He nearly drops it. Fucking Reggie and the Pacers coach, Rick Carlisle, have to help the old man because the second Reggie gets the owner, the Pacers owner gets the trophy, he's like, fucking embarrassing, this whole thing. How can you say that the guy was objective broadcaster and he's presenting the trophy to the winning team? Come on, man.
Well, do you really think that broadcasters being objective have anything to do with the way they played, David?
Yes, because Reggie influenced the rest of the TNT broadcasting staff to be pro-Pacer. That influenced then everyone to be pro-Pacer, and I believe that the referees became pro-Pacer. And it's like, there was one controversial call with the Knicks in the Pistons series, and the Knicks got fucking punished the entire playoffs because of that one fucking no call on Josh Hart that every asshole was screaming about as being a terrible blown call when they didn't realize 5 seconds before that, Josh Hart was pushed with two hands in the back, and that should have been fucking over the back foul. And because the play continued, Josh Hart just played defense. The guy did a pump fake. He avoided him for the most part, but everyone, it's a foul. Josh Hart got fouled. But whatever. Ever since that fucking call, the media got it, ran with it, as if the Knicks are the Yankees. As if, the New York media team gets the calls. That doesn't happen with the Knicks. Anyone who's watched basketball knows this.
I mean, Brunson didn't complain, but literally every time he drove the ball up the court, you could bring assault charges in certain liberal states with how hard they were fouling him. And he just played through it. Like, something needs to be done with the officiating. It's so inconsistent across the board.
It's horrible.
I think that's why people are tuning out.
It's horrible. It's hard. It's embarrassing.
Speaking of broadcasters, do you think they call them broadcasters because all they do is yap? Like a bunch of broads?
Broads. Nice.
I'm proud of that one.
It's embarrassing to me how the NBA treats the Knicks. It is. They should want the Knicks to be really good. And by God, and a fucking Oklahoma City Thunder versus Indiana Pacer NBA Finals. Great. That's going to get about 35 people watching. That's going to be a hugely televised and rated fucking NBA Finals right there. Wow. And I'm telling you right now, because I do a sports show, I always watch, right? I watch all the postseasons and bullshits. And I will honestly tell you, I am rooting hard for the Thunder. Hard for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm desperate. They've got a former Knick and Isaiah Hartenstein on the team. So I got a Knicks connection. Even though the Pacers have Obi Toppin, I don't give a fuck about Obi. I liked Hartenstein last year. So we're going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are desperate for the Thunder to win. The Pacers cannot win the NBA Finals. It can't happen.
That means they will, David. The fact that you just announced this.
You think the Pacers are going to win? All right, predictions right here and right now.
Well, yeah, David. I mean, I do believe it. Your streak is going to be you're not going to end your losing streak until something drastic happens in your life. And I don't know what it is going to be. something's going to change. But right now, there's
Roy, why would you say this? Do you know how close I am to getting evicted today?
I know. That's what I'm saying. You're on the.
Roy,
you're on a.
Here's what I want. After that comment, I need to borrow $2,200.
How about 250,000, David? Because that's what I owe with this fucking medical thing.
I know, that's the thing. The fucking medical bills and everything like that. I'm driving Ubers.
Ooh,
that's not going well. First of all, the people are creepy and drunk.
Mm.
And
so are you.
It's disturbing, and I don't know what to play in my car because I'm a podcast guy. But then I realized, fucking, I'm listening to goddamn a Star Wars podcast or some shit. So I don't know what to do. So I just do my playlists. I've got several playlists.
You should be playing your podcasts. Be like, do you like sports or Star Wars?
Yeah.
Picking one. Any chance you're a fan of the old Ron and Fez show?
I'll play my own podcast, but then as a driver, like I'll pretend it's not me. I'll be like, oh, look at this show. Isn't this show good? Huh? Don't you like this show? It's called Davey Mac Sports Program. Oh, it's a good show. It's a very good show. Yeah, subscribe to it. Davey Mac Sports Program. Make sure you subscribe. They're like, what kind of accent is that? Anyway, I'm like, I'm from this new place called Mexico, Ireland. It's a brand new country.
Mexico, Ireland.
Mexico, Ireland. Oh, yeah. Only people from Mexico and the Ireland go there.
And the Ireland.
The weird accent that you're hearing right now.
Oh, man. Oh, so David, is it not going well, the Uber? I thought it was a very lucrative job.
That's what they told me, so I signed up. And here's the problem. I guess, summer hasn't kicked in yet at the Jersey Shore. Memorial Day is when summer kicks in. But the weather sucked. The weather's fucking sucked. And so because of the weather sucked, you count on good weather. That's the name of the game, because the Jersey Shore, everyone's then at the bars and at the beaches and doing their shit. Bad weather, oh, forget it. You are fucked. All right, I'll go into it right now real quick. I don't want it to be the whole show. And I hate doing this on the show, just in case anyone knows. It's not like I'm happy to be doing this. But yeah, I'm back in that today is a very, very serious today's one of those critical days.
Oh man.
That's all I can say. I've been working my ass off. Roy, did you know that me and Aaron Berg put out that show with Robert?
I heard about this. Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
I did hear about it. Now, I'm sorry, I haven't watched it yet, but I will get to it. How was it? Was it a success? Or I saw you guys had some sponsorships or something like that?
Very, very successful. Everyone loves it and acknowledges that it's the greatest new show in the universe.
Amazing.
And so, while I am extremely optimistic about it and feel great about it, if I get evicted, right?
Yeah.
Then I mean, everything's going to take a hit. I'm just letting you know. Everything.
Okay. Are you really that close to getting evicted, David?
Yes.
How far in arrears are you? How many months?
$2,200. This is not a made-up fucking number.
Yeah. So is that 1 month or 2 months? It's I don't know.
1 month.
1 month. You're okay for 1 month.
I'm not okay. If I don't give them the money by today, they fucking put in the eviction papers. I've been late with rent too many times, and I'm in arrears already. So they literally sent documentation from a fucking lawyer that says if I miss the rent payment by one goddamn day, if I'm 1 day late, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, shit, man.
Yes, shit. Today's a stressful day, my friend.
Yeah,
so if you have it in your hearts.
I remember at Skinny Man, I don't know if I never told you about this, David, but towards the end of Skinny Man 1.0, when we were doing the show up there, at one point I was 6 months in arrears with the building, and don't forget my monthly rent was about $22,000 a month.
Jesus.
In that vicinity, so it had accumulated, and honestly, David, I still got that bill hanging over my head. It's doing nothing but accruing interest. as we speak, it will always be there because I'm not going to pay the fucking thing. But I did eventually.
There's no reason to pay now.
No, of
but
course
here's the
not.
thing. I can't be doing. I won't be able to do all these shows. That's all I'm saying. If people care, and again, this isn't for the people who. Obviously, I'm not. It's tough times for many people. I'm simply saying, if you're the person who has done well in life, and somehow you're watching the Davey Mac Sports Program,
yeah,
and there are people who've done really well, and you have some disposable income. Today is one of those crisis desperation times. Look, it's not because of rent. It's because I got a fucking car payment. I got my kids' insurance. I got my insurance. I got the fucking. I got the goddamn internet. I got the fucking thing. I have to post these shows somewhere, and I got everything. So it's like you pick and choose your battles of what to pay, when to pay, and then everything goes down and down and down. And then I'm like, okay, I need some kind of Hail Mary today, June 1st. Otherwise, the whole Davey Mac world will fucking, I don't know, be turned up on its head, I guess. And it's not. I hate doing it, and I dropped my water cap. I hate saying it and I hate doing it. And it's certainly not a hustle. It's certainly not like, some kind of scam. It's like, no, this is literally for a rental payment. Should someone be nice enough to do it and they want me to fucking pay on the portal, the rent, and do a screen cap, I will absolutely do it. I'm not a drug addict. I don't do drugs. I haven't spent money on anything in a long time. Nothing.
I was
nothing.
In apartment.
When I mean nothing, I mean gas. Okay, gasoline for my car because I take care of my kids. Okay, gas and food. So there it is.
The food. I was at your apartment Tuesday.
Today's one of those days. That's all. I'm just saying for the people with disposable income, but it's not as much of a. What do you say? It's more of a. Well, if you have it, or if anyone does, whatever. Didvod@AOL.com. PayPal.
We got some a request for Earl's grandma. They'll PayPal you $20. Kirkland seems like a good dude.
Earl, it's your dead grandmother here. Earl, you know what you should have done, honey? You should give Dave all of your money. That's what you should do, honey. Because you're such a lazy man, Earl. I'm down here in hell, baby. I know you thought I'd be...
Oh, hold on.
Earl, it's your grandmother here, Earl. I'm calling you from the afterlife, honey. And I'm jamming Hitler's cock into my pussy. I bet you thought I'd be in heaven, right, Earl? Me too. I guess all that bad mouth and whiting finally caught up with me, Earl. Earl. And then there was that one time back in the day, honey, where I was sitting at the front of the bus. And the person said, go to the back of the bus. So I took out a .22 revolver and shot her in the fucking face, Earl. That's why everyone heard about Rosa Parks rather than me. Mine was a little more gruesome, Earl. Maybe that's why I'm in hell, Earl. Murder is frowned upon in heaven. Earl, you know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? It's a fun game, Earl. It's called Finger Cuffs with Castro and Pol Pot. You know what finger cuffs is, don't you, honey? It's when I get spit roasted by a couple of dictators, a dick in the pussy, a dick in the mouth, and when I'm feeling froggy, maybe a DP as well. Maybe I tell Joseph Stalin to come in here and join the fun. Earl, can you turn the thermostat down a little bit, honey? It's very warm down here, baby. Bye, Earl. Goodbye, Earl.
That was worth way more than $20. And I know other people are saying, hey, I'm out of work. Otherwise, I'd help you too. I know. This is why I'm saying everyone's struggling. I got, this is not it's not something that I'm happy to be doing, but I'm just doing it because I have to do it. I mean, I'm always honest of what's going on in my life and what's going on with the show. So I'll always be honest on this show, always be sincere.
Now,
and
what
that's
happens?
what's happening.
What happens if you can't make rent, David, and they do evict you? I mean, are you going to go back in with mommy, or what's your?
I don't know. Everything is over. Yes.
Yeah.
I will. Yes, I will. What happens is I would be homeless, I suppose. Now, yes, I think my mom would be cool. Beanie Mac is a wonderful woman. But I mean, I can't do all this fucking shit if that happened. I can't be doing these shows and stuff.
I mean, Roy, now that the kids are out of the house, you got an empty room for Dave, right?
Actually, both my kids moved back. My daughter's going to NYU, and my son is going to college out on Long Island. So they're both back home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
NYU.
Yeah, NYU. So I got a lot of bills too, David.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that FU tax bracket where I don't get too much help. So I got screwed this year. I don't brag about it, but I don't really complain about it either. But I'm feeling your struggles right now.
You keep things close to the vest. I unleash what's going on in my life. I mean, I do so with everything, with the Acme stuff and this and that. Yeah. What's happening right now is, if I don't get it today, I'm done. But anyway, I've been
seeing a lot of stuff online about these like fake meme coins where then we pull the rug and we all get rich and fuck over everybody else. Maybe it's time to try one of those.
I'm not doing a scam. Begging works a lot better.
Like that.
Speaking of the NBA Finals, Michael versus LeBron. It's an online debate that I can't go on Twitter without seeing. Every single day, there's some fucking doofus saying LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Here's all you need to know. Besides being the far more spectacular player, maybe the first true blue modern day basketball player. Because besides the 360 dunks, the windmill dunks, the insanely gorgeous, like I said, spectacular basketball plays at the rim, he then fadeaways and threes became a part of Michael's game. That's how the game is played now. How Kobe plays the game and even how LeBron plays the game is similar to Michael, only not as good. LeBron doesn't have the scoring titles that Michael Jordan does, but forget about all that bullshit. Here's all you need to know. I saw some asshole be like, LeBron James led his Cleveland Cavs to the NBA Finals. Oh, no. Here's what I saw today. Some asshole goes, Jordan didn't beat the championship teams of the 80s. He needed those guys, blah, 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 whereas LeBron got to the NBA Finals as a rookie, or not as a rookie, but as a young player. By the way, and he lost when the first time the Cavs went to the series. But let's break that down for a second. Michael Jordan didn't beat the championship teams of the 80s. So, again, you know nothing about basketball, asshole, who said that online. Because what Michael Jordan did was beat the Detroit Pistons, who were back-to-back champions going for a three-peat. That Detroit Pistons team took out the great Larry Bird-led Boston Celtics and the Magic Johnson-led and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar part of LA Lakers. So, in other words, it was Celtics and Lakers battling each other in the 80s. And then here come the Pistons. Pistons finally get past the Celtics. And then they play the Lakers in the finals, lose the first time, but then they beat the Lakers in the rematch. So then for them to win back-to-back championships, the Pistons, and then the Bulls to beat them on a three-peat, that's all part of the same thing, you fucking idiot. Michael Jordan didn't beat fucking Bird Celtics in 1986 because the Bulls only had Michael Jordan and the Celtics had 4 Hall of Famers. Bird, Parrish, McHale, Dennis Johnson. Actually, 5. Bill Walton was coming off the bench as the 6th man of the year.
Oh,
and
okay.
Michael Jordan in that fucking goddamn series against the goddamn Celtics goes for 30-something one game and then 60-something for another game. At which point Larry Bird says Michael Jordan is God. So if you say Jordan didn't beat the championship teams, you just don't know sports, because that's not what it is. Everything is connected. The Pistons took out those teams, and then when the fucking Bulls were ready, they took out the Pistons. God damn you. These fucking people. And the last stat, I'm just going to say, 10 NBA Finals for LeBron James. 6 NBA Finals appearances for Michael. So LeBron surely has more championships, right, Roy?
Sounds like it.
Well, Michael went 6-0. In other words, 6 wins, no losses in the NBA Finals. In LeBron's 10 appearances, 4-6. He's won 4 times and lost 6 times. So even if you took away his 6 losses, he'd have 4. Or let's take LeBron's best 6 NBA Finals. At best, he can be 4-2. At best, you give him the 4 he's won, and then the 2 that he played well in. But at best, he can be 4-2. Stop it with the Jordan. How symbolic is it that Michael Jordan was in the original Space Jam and then LeBron is in the remake? Beautiful symbolism. That's all this is. LeBron James is just another reboot. That's all he is, folks. Sorry that Kobe died in a helicopter crash. I mean it. But Kobe was a reboot as well. LeBron's a reboot. That's why I have more respect for Steph Curry, because he played the game totally different than Jordan and innovated the game in a different way. I've got more respect for Steph Curry. If you're going to say who's the GOAT of the 21st century, why not Steph? Michael's the original, just like Space Jam. LeBron's the fucking reboot.
Before you know it, he's going to have Fruit of the Loom underwear endorsements soon too.
Yeah, it's the guy's he's done everything, and he's so desperate to be called the GOAT. You're not. You are not the GOAT. Kobe Bryant's better than LeBron, arguably. And like I said, Steph Curry's got 4 rings. LeBron's got 4 rings. But I believe Steph is 4-1 or 4-2. The Warriors have, Steph's only one. I know he lost the 1 finals to LeBron. But that doesn't sway me. That doesn't mean that LeBron is better than fucking Steph Curry. People talk about Michael Jordan. People talk about Scottie Pippen like Michael was playing with fucking Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain. Folks, Scottie Pippen was a good player. Scottie Pippen was an all-star. No question about it. LeBron's teammates include fucking Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. Shut the shit up. And Kirkland is right about one thing. This goes in the positive category. Unlike how Kirkland phrased it, Michael never went to a Diddy party, and LeBron is all over the Diddy parties. Folks, stop it. If you're online, if you're on Twitter, and you're still going with the LeBron is better than Michael, you don't know basketball. You don't. You weren't there in the 90s to see not just greatness. Michael transcends greatness. Michael is perfection. I'm not a Bulls fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I've got no reason to say this, except I'm sick and tired of temporary, stupid sports fans. I'm just sick of the fact that in general, Americans have no knowledge of history. We've lost it. We don't know what fucking happened in the 1990s. We're so fucking awful at knowing our own history. were so stupid. And Michael Jordan's father was murdered.
Because of his gambling debts.
And he had to overcome that. But I mean, think about it. Jordan gets a three-peat, takes 2 years off to play baseball and gets a three-peat. I mean, I'm sick of this argument. But you can't go on Twitter without some fucking douchebag saying LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. I'm like, I'm done with it. Meanwhile, an update on the WNBA story, Roy.
Okay, let's hear it.
Did you know that Angel Reese, after having an extremely shitty game, her Chicago Sky got killed by the Caitlin Clark-led Indiana Fever in the first game of the season, and her team got killed. And so afterwards, she said there were some racist taunts directed at her, and the league conducted the investigation. And as predicted on the Davey Mac Sports Program, yet again, Mr. Edgar Casey, yet again, Dave Stradamus. Because after the investigation, guess what happened? The WNBA concluded that nothing happened, that they found no evidence of anything at all. Zero.
No
they
racist
concluded
chance.
their investigation, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because now the biggest, think about this for a second. Who's the fucking fan base that's carrying the WNBA? The Indiana Fever fan base.
Yeah.
They basically made him akin to the KKK at this point. So your little fucking, and by the way, everyone went on ESPN. There's no place for hate. No shit. There's also no place for lying. And there's no place for lying about hate. It's disgusting.
Just
and that's what happened.
Isn't sports the place?
I'm sick of turning on fucking Sports Center and getting these sermons and editorials from these fucking stick up their asses, know nothing about sports, do whatever the fuck Disney tells me to do, assholes. I'm sick of them. And they came out and they're all like, that's got no play. And then it was just a fucking like 4 or 5 sentence statement. That's all. Just in print. Just in print. The WNBA has concluded their investigation, found nothing. Nothing happened. But too bad now the entire Indiana Fever fan base have been officially called racists. That shit must end. My solution, we go back to the 90s where we reject labels across the board. We reject labels and we transcend race. How hard is that to do? But if people don't want to do it, fine. Go fuck yourselves. I'm someone who gets along with everyone and is begging for the rest of society to do so. In order to do that, we have to look past our differences. Because all differences do is separate them. And all this fucking shit about all this shit, stop it. We should have one fucking thing that we have, one parade per year. And it's called Human Day, like George Costanza. And we're just going to call it Human Day, where everyone just says, hey, I'm a human being and I'm alive.
And I hate blacks.
And while Kirkland points out that I'm trashing Indiana Pacers fans. Indiana Fever fans, they're fine, whatever. It's Pacers fans that annoy me. First of all, Pacers fans, why the bowl haircuts in 2025? Look, I saw multiple grown men who looked like fucking Cabbage Patch Kids with bowl haircuts.
Is that a thing on the team?
Bangs,
or is
bangs, like bowl haircuts and bangs across their head. All like men in their 30s and 40s have some fucking asshole, goddamn little kid cut. Remember, like, you couldn't watch a movie in the late 70s, early 80s without some little fucking asshole kid having the goddamn bowl haircut, right?
Of course, yeah.
A man 45 years old from Indianapolis should not be having a goddamn bowl haircut. You look like fucking Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
What's the point of the bowl haircut, though? I don't see the relationship to the game. Like one player has.
I just hate them. There's no relationship. It's just another thing that I hate about Pacers fans.
Can I give you a stat about your friend Angel Reese that I think you'll enjoy a lot, Dave?
Yeah.
So Angel Reese career shooting percentage is 33%. And if you look at Jonte Porter, his career shooting percentage is 40%. Now, you might ask why that matters. Well, Jonte Porter was betting on himself to miss. He was betting on himself to miss shots and has a 7% better career shooting percentage than Angel Reese.
33% from the field is fucking terrible. When you are a big, that's what she is considered in the WNBA, a big. Minimum is supposed to be 50%. Minimum as a big in the NBA. Some guys shoot lower percentage because they're the 3-ball shooters. Those guys might be shooting in the mid to high 40s. But if you are a big person who shoots close to the rim, you need to at least be shooting 50% if you're decent. 33% is fucking terrible. And again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. She's the worst basketball player I've ever seen, and I challenge her to a game of one-on-one. If she doesn't play me by July 4th, it's a forfeit.
Hell yeah. In America's name. Just for Roy, because he looked confused there. Roy, Dave was saying she's a big in the
That's what I was wondering.
Which is a tall person who tends to shoot shots closer to the hoop.
I know.
Not
just a couple minutes ago, he was preaching about how he's not racist. Now he's shouting all this stuff. I'm like,
he's a big. She's a big.
Every time you said that, Roy's eyes got a little bit wider. Like, what is he doing?
So what's a big? Describe
Roy,
it.
Your eyes are almost. You're almost cutting off your eyes.
Yeah. What's a big, David? What's a big? You mean like a
big is literally just a big player, a forward or center in the NBA who is of taller stature.
Okay. All right.
Okay? So we're
tall.
talking your power forwards, your centers, your people of taller stature are just called a big. They're a big because they're the biggest player. Karl Anthony Towns, he's a big.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that, David. I appreciate it. She also looks She also looks like a sloth. Did you ever notice that?
No, she is Chicago Barbie. She's the hottest thing in town. I can't understand why she doesn't know why she gets hate. She says she doesn't mind being the bad guy and calls herself Barbie. And she doesn't know that will be a magnet for criticism. And then the second you give her criticism, she cries fucking bigotry and racism. Get the fuck out of here. What's the point of watching this stupid league?
You said it, David.
So let's go off of basketball. I'm done with it. Until next season with the Knicks. And then I'm all in. Because honestly, the Knicks, I still think the Knicks are the team closest to a championship for me. My teams are Yankees, Knicks, New York Football Giants, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and then in 5th place is the New Jersey Devils because I have to do a hockey team. By the way, I have a Canadian friend who said because he didn't care, he was rooting for the Knicks to beat the Pacers because he's a big Davey Mac Sports Program fan, and he said, he said, I'll root for the Knicks if Davey Mac roots for the Oilers. I said done. Done and done. So the Edmonton Oilers are playing the Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I am rooting for the Edmonton Oilers. Yes, I am. First of all, I'm so angry at everything that's transpired in my sports life the last fucking 6 months, if not real life in the last 6 months. I'm willing to make some deals for friendship. So my deal for friendship with Canada is, yes, I will now be rooting for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't like the fact that all these fucking hot weathered, states in America, Arizona and Carolina and Florida and fucking Vegas, we stole all those fucking poor Canadians teams and we put hockey in fucking, deserts and shit. That's not where hockey's supposed to be played. Look, it makes sense when it's in New York and Boston, Chicago, because they got winters and snow. There should be a rule in the NHL. If you do not get snow in the wintertime, you cannot have a hockey team.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I can't be watching hockey and then people are in fucking tank tops in fucking Carolina. It's fucking weird.
Excuse me. I got to tell you a story about a Jamaican. 4 Jamaicans who decided to run the bobsled and inspired the world, Dave. Now, they don't get snow in Jamaica, and if we went by your silly rules, we wouldn't get that amazing movie.
Well, this ain't bobsledding. This is good old-fashioned fucking dust-em-up hockey, Daddy. That's what this is, baby.
Well, I can't argue with that point.
So, Oilers, and to everyone in Canada, I will be rooting for your team. Based on that one Canadian gentleman who said root for the Oilers. I said, you know what? Why not? I'm going to watch every second of the Stanley Cup Finals. I am. And I'm going to root for the Oilers. I actually love hockey. It's just that when the Devils aren't in the postseason, I do lose interest. I'll be honest with you. Again, it comes in at 5. It does make Davey Mac's top 5 teams. All right. Devils are in the top 5, but they're at number 5.
Interesting counterpoint here, Dave. If we go by your logic, what do you think about baseball only being played in southern states?
Well, baseball was invented in goddamn Cooperstown. Really, baseball was invented in Hoboken, New Jersey. Look it up. First professional game took place in my Garden State in Hoboken. Look it up. So between Cooperstown and Hoboken, that's insanity. Also, it doesn't get fucking warm in the summertime. Baseball's not played in December. It's played in the summer. So the point is anyone can have fucking baseball. Duh. I apologize for the duh. After Roy did that, he made it sound like it was too much.
A little bit.
All right. I apologize for the duh. But I mean, we get like fucking 90 degrees in June, July, and August, and even September these days in New Jersey. It stays fucking hot. So New York. And speaking of the Yankees, Aaron Judge hits 2 home runs yesterday. Aaron Judge is close to is hitting close to 400, 21 home runs.
Amazing.
Aaron Judge is the greatest baseball player I've ever seen in my life. There's no one better. Barry Bonds on steroids is the only thing that compares to this. And as we know, Judge has passed every single fucking PED test. They're more stringent in testing these days. There's random testing. And Judge is clean. And he is doing what Bonds needed to do. He needed to juice up in order to accomplish these things. Judge is insane. Having said that, Aaron Judge hits 2 home runs yesterday, and the Yankees lose to the Dodgers, the team they lost to in the World Series, for the second straight game, and this score was 18-2.
Oh, wow. Wow. Not much of a score there, huh? I mean, not much of a game there.
18-2. And I'm supposed to fucking be in love with the Yankees general manager, Brian Cashman. I'm supposed to think that he did a great job this year because he got Paul Goldschmidt. What are you, fucking nuts? Our infield outside of Goldschmidt can't hit for shit. Then the whole point of why we let Gleyber Torres, who, as you heard me talk about last season, don't let Gleyber go. He's a clutch hitter. You don't want, when guys have been proven to be clutch players in New York, you keep them on the team because a lot of guys choke in New York. A lot of guys choke under the spotlight. So when Gleyber was a bona fide clutch player for the Yankees I said, don't let him go. But they let Gleyber Torres go to the Detroit Tigers. He's hitting something like 285 with 5 home runs. Gleyber Torres might make the All-Star team. The Tigers are in first place. Nevertheless, we decide, nope, Jazz Chisholm was out of position last year playing third base. We're going to let Gleyber walk so that Jazz Chisholm can play his natural second base. Okay, seems to make sense. Well, while Gleyber's off to a great start, Jazz Chisholm's off to a terrible start, and then gets hurt, gets injured. He's been on the IL the last 4 weeks. So, okay, DJ LeMahieu, 35-year-old DJ LeMahieu, who can't hit anymore. He cannot hit, can't drive the ball. DJ comes back, and we put DJ at second. Now, Jazz Chisholm is ready to return to the team. And guess where Aaron Boone says Chisholm's going to play?
Third base.
Third base! When the whole point of releasing Gleyber Torres was so that Jazz could play his better position of second. So now we have a 35-year-old guy who can move or hit playing second, and Jazz again is going to be out of position playing third. It doesn't make sense. And I'm supposed to fucking let Brian Cashman off the hook because he got us Goldschmidt and Bellinger? And Fried? Fried that was an easy decision. Goldschmidt's been great, and now Bellinger's great. But there's a lot of shit on the fucking Yankees, and Brian Cashman's the one responsible for it. And guess what? He's never, ever getting fired. Never. His daughter literally was given a fucking show on the Yes Network. Gracie Cashman interviews a fucking girl in her 20s who is the general manager's daughter.
Yeah,
gets an actual official show on the Yankees official network.
Talk about a broadcaster.
I mean,
he's dug in deep now, David.
Brian Cashman has basically been adopted by the Steinbrenner family.
Yeah.
This guy's been the general manager for 27 years. I'm just looking for a fresh coat of paint, Daddy. I'm just looking for the front office to look different.
You know what the best part is? The reason they gave her that show is they're absolutely grooming her to take over for him when he retires. You're going to deal with Cashman's, Dave, and for the rest of your life.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. We heard that Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner became like best friends. Like Brian Cashman started the Yankees in organization as an intern, like when he's 18, 19 years old, and Hal Steinbrenner is the same age as Cash, and they hit it off. And then Cash gets made made general manager in 1998 at the age of 30. And so, the guy's not even 60, and he's still, and he's been there for 27 years. But for every obvious decision, getting Max Fried was an obvious decision. He doesn't get the credit for that. He's got all this fucking fucked up. Our infield, except for Goldschmidt, is fucking atrocious.
Be like giving the Lakers GM credit for the Luka trade. Like anybody would have done that.
Right, exactly. All right, and then finally, Stephon Diggs. Can we all just admit that Stephon Diggs fucking, you know what? He ain't the guy. He's not Jamar Chase. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not one of these guys. He's not. Fucking Josh Allen loses Stephon Diggs to Houston, and Josh Allen still gets to the AFC Championship game. I don't want to hear it anymore. Well, Stephon Diggs was not present for, oh, by the way, Stephon Diggs has been picked up. He's been signed by the New England Patriots, right? By the way, whose new coach is Mike Vrabel, one of the most no-nonsense, serious, non-joyful people I've ever seen. He was on the Manning cast this last year. And the Manning cast is where Eli Manning and Peyton Manning are, they do the Monday Night Football, Roy, and they're goofy and they have goofy questions. The guy didn't crack one smile. Like Peyton Manning is like, oh, Mike, going back to the Patriots, I heard some stories where you and Coach Belichick would get into it and whatnot. Can you tell us about one of those stories? He's like, yeah, sometimes he would be a little too challenging to me, so I'd yell at him. Oh, okay, Mike. Well, thank you for the entertaining story there. The guy's got no sense of humor. So imagine how this went over to Mike Vrabel, the new coach of the Patriots, when he found out that his new receiver, Stephon Diggs, quote, not present for Wednesday's voluntary organized team activity one day after a video of the wide receiver surfaced on social media in which he was on a boat and flashed an unidentified pink substance while surrounded by 3 women. Vrabel says it's something the team needs to look into. Now, haven't we heard that there is pink cocaine? Is this like new designer drug?
Of course. I saw the video. It was totally cocaine.
This motherfucking idiot. He can't keep it together. And we were supposed to believe that it was Josh Allen's fault? What a fucking lunatic.
What is it with like wide receivers that are the number one wide receiver or these flashy players that just they go insane? I mean, Terrell Owens, Antonio Brown.
It started with T.O. and Ocho Cinco, who brought the celebration to a crazy degree. And ever since those two, the wide receiver has become the diva of the football team, more so than the quarterback. Like the diva, the fucking, the lead vocalist, Roy, the person with LVS, lead vocalist syndrome.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure Roy's had to deal with once or twice in his time. That the fucking, the lead
Every
singer
Sunday at noon.
But the lead singer with the big ego, that's gone over to the wide receivers. I don't know how.
Yeah. I remember we made a video of it. Remember Angry Cover Band Leader, David?
Angry Cover Band Leader by Davey Mac, Sean O'Barry, and Roy Harder. That's one of our best videos, in fact. I love it. Classic. That's a classic one. Go find that on YouTube. We did a little sketch. That was when we were doing our sketches. And that'll do it, folks. That's it. I have to get to work on finding $2,200 immediately. If you are a very wealthy person, now's the time. didvad@AOL.com on PayPal. I have gotten help, though, from folks, and I appreciate that, by the way. So to those people, thank you. Seriously, thank you. Thank you to all of those. You are fantastic. I mean that. I really do. I was expecting the Uber to be a lot more profitable, and I'm hustling with everything. I am Modern Day Man, the show with myself and Aaron Berg. I hope makes $1 or $2. Davey Mac Sports Program. We should be on, one of those fucking platforms, but, Barstool has some chick who is posting how happy she is that Taylor Swift got her first 6 albums back. I'm like, wait, that's what Barstool's doing now? Because I've applied. I've been like, bro, put our fucking show on. We would fit Barstool like a glove. Let's go. Haven't heard back. And then I look at Barstool and there's Taylor Swift posts.
Fucking broadcasters.
I thought they were being ironic, like they were taking the piss out of fucking Taylor Swift. I swear to God, I'm like, that's funny. Then I found out, no, Barstool New York office or something is run by a woman who's doing all of these posts. Barstool, you're about to Bud Light yourself, dummies. Modern Day Man is available on YouTube, but you got to subscribe to Modern Day Man Show. The handle is at Modern Day Man Show. And that's the handle. Or just go to my Twitter, at Eastside Dave. Everything is there. If you follow me on the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok even, it's all at East Side, Dave. I put up the link a couple days ago. All right. Cross your fingers. If I'm not here back Sunday, you people know what happened. And Roy, when's your neck brace coming off?
David, in only 2 days.
What?
Yeah, I know. 2 more days with this shit. Then the pins come out. Everything's going to be back to normal. My beard will look normal again. I'll be able to do my hair. I'll be able to shower like a human being again, and not wear these dumb glasses anymore. And,
oh my God, 2 days. That's fantastic.
David, I've been counting down the days, man. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be a new man. Speaking
Do you
of
think
modern
your
man.
neck is going to almost feel like loosey-goosey and good, like a giraffe? Like you're going to be walking around with your head flopping all over the place?
Totally. I got to do some physical therapy because my head has been in this thing so long that anytime I remove it, I have no muscle anymore. My head just drops down. So yeah, yeah, it's wild.
No, that's horrifying to me. You actually just fucking freaked me out a little. I got like the weird chills, but not in a good way. Like if you take that off, your head automatically is going to just droop.
Yeah, I got no strength left in my neck.
Oh God, no, stop. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm putting the Freddy Krueger glove on just to like fucking just distract my own brain. That is, I don't know why. That is really creeping me out right now. I don't like this. I went to the Bronx Zoo when I was a kid, and I didn't bring up the giraffe thing for no reason. I went to the Bronx Zoo when I was a kid, and then there was a giraffe with a broken neck who they said was totally fine. Like health-wise, the giraffe was okay, but the giraffe's neck went like it was like the Quasimodo of giraffes. Like the head was like down to almost its chest because it was disturbing as fuck.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. So yeah, I got 2 more days, and then I'll be that giraffe for I don't know, a couple more days until I work up the muscles again. But then I should be all back to normal, good as new. I'm in no more pain. Yeah, I got some bills, but whatever. I'll get through it as I always do. And yeah, it's all good. I'm looking forward to getting back to enjoying life again.
God bless you.
The best part's going to be when Roy overcompensates the neck rehab, and he just comes back in a month with the biggest neck we've ever seen. Like the rest of the body's same, but his neck is just fucking tree trunk sized.
I got Mike Tyson neck.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if you have a Mike Tyson neck, we're going to call Dana White and get you in the octagon.
Oh man, David,
because those thick necks, guys, are very, very difficult to fucking knock out and choke out even.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I actually had back in the '90s, late '90s, I used to sponsor a fighter, a UFC fighter, Scotty the Tin Man Shinnick, and he actually they called him the Tin Man because he had very similar. He had 4 of his vertebrae connected in his neck, and he was fighting UFC shit.
Wow,
it didn't do very good, but.
Wait, you sponsored this guy?
Me and my partner.
A UFC fighter in the 90s? How have I never heard this story before?
Because he didn't do very well, and it was never anything
that was a fucking fighter with neck issues.
Yeah, Scotty the Tin Man Shinnick.
I can't wait to fucking sponsor a horse at the Kentucky Derby who has a broken leg.
Yeah. No, the guy was pretty. He was a great guy. I really loved him. But man, knowing now, because he was recently in touch with me, he's like, yeah, I had the same thing with my neck. I was like, what do you mean you had the same thing with your neck? It's like, yeah, I have. That's why they called me the Tin Man, because I had all the metal in my neck, the pins and the screws. And I was like, you mean to tell me you were in that cage fighting with fucking metal in your neck? He's like, yeah. Now he's a skydiving instructor.
That is some crazy shit.
Yeah, I know. I know, it's wild. But it was only we sponsored for two matches. I think back in the day, it wasn't really a long-term thing. It was when I had before Skinny Man. It was Additional Effects, and me and my partner sponsored him as a UFC fighter.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. But Yeah, go figure. He had
So
the
did
same
you get
shit.
your name on his trunks, or what did the sponsorship come with?
That's exactly what it was. We had trunks with the studio name emblazoned on the trunks.
Oh.
And in the interview, he was always giving us shout outs and whatnot.
Roy, you have got to show us footage of this person next week. You must be provided. I want to see video of this shit. I got to see. Did you go to watch any of his matches?
Of course. At the time, it was illegal in New York, so we had to go to Jersey for the actual sanctioned fight. So we would, me and my partner, and a few of the other people from the studio, we'd go to Jersey. We have good seats, and it was pretty cool. And yes, I do have videos. I have photos and everything. I'll send it to you.
We got to be all over this. I've never even heard of this before. Now I'm fascinated. Yes, Robert?
I actually sponsored a Bellator fighter. And he put my logo on his ass, and his most famous fight. This is 100% true. I swear to God, his most famous fight in
your face.
No, it was like a donkey, and it's a Bobby Tamburo comedy. In his most famous fight, he told his opponent, "Meet me here," and he pointed to the middle of the ring in the third round, and his opponent met him there and then promptly knocked him out. He went face first. So what did the world see? Bobby Tamburo comedy on the ass of the guy who just said, "Meet me here," and then got knocked out. Shout out, Blaine. I love you.
The donkey of comedy got a great shout out after he fucking face planted.
Love you, Blaine. Blaine's still in shape.
We love Blade. We do love Blade. Shit, man. If Blade gets back in the octagon, let's sponsor him
very soon.
Somehow. I mean, Roy's going to be.
We don't have money. Yeah.
I mean, Roy's going to pay for the sponsorship.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it. Robert, anything to plug?
Yes. This Friday, I will be at the Hartford Funny Bone with your new co-host Aaron Berg for Modern Day Man Show, and then the next week, the 19th, will be in Medair, Louisiana. The 20th will be in some other shithole, Louisiana. And the 21st, we are in Mobile, Alabama. So get your tickets now.
All right. Love to hear it. Roy, anything?
Fantastic. No, I got a new neck coming. I'm going to be revealing it next week's episode. Same time at noon on Sunday. It's going to be great, David. New neck. It's magical. I can't wait.
I know. I'm excited for you. That's great news, actually. You got to feel good about that shit.
Oh yeah.
I guess I should give a shout out. Besides the a Davey Mac Sports Program. Make sure you're going on to patreon.com/EastsideDave. New episode of Tales from the Satellite dropped recently, where we discussed me sacrificing. Masturbating for Lent. I gave up jacking for Lent on the Ron and Fez show. It's there's a very fun episode, lots of great audio, and it's fun shit. So go check that out. That just dropped on the old Patreon. A Q&A dropped. I'm doing the Satellite Chronicles on Patreon, where I found a whole bunch of these like 30-second videos I took at SiriusXM backstage in the Ron and Fez office, in the Opie and Anthony studios, and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And the reason why they're 30 seconds is because if you remember back then, Roy, BlackBerry would only let you take like 30-second videos, or like you could only post 30-second videos back then.
Right. Yep.
So they're very quick, but it's a lot of fun if you want to see old school Davey Mac and Chris Pepper Stanley fucking around backstage. It's really, really good. And I suppose I could be your masseuse, Roy. I only charge $2,000 a month. Well, I charge $2,200 a month, Roy. So that'll do it. So make sure you look at all of that. And like I said, the new thing with Aaron Berg and I, a lot of people were very, very excited and thought it was a great first episode. It was. And we went in with a little bit of a game plan, but not as much as you would think. And we were just able to have a lot of fun. And we got more. We got a lot of really fun ideas, a lot of good stuff. So it's just the beginning. I can't wait to see what the show will look like, say, 6 months from now, when you got, because early stages of podcasting, doing anything, it's always rough, You got
to find your groove. I understand.
You got to find your groove. But I'll tell you, the first episode, we had a groove. But, we're going to continue to find our groove, make it better and stuff like that. But we're really, really excited. So, I mean, I should say 6 months from now, I can't wait to see what it looks like if I'm still alive. Because if I get evicted, I am driving to the George Washington Bridge. And I'm going to create the greatest live fucking thing of all time when you see someone just jump live on fucking television or streaming. Wouldn't that be amazing if that happened?
Yeah, it would be real amazing. Wow. I know.
I'd go viral for that.
You sure would. And I'd be a guest on every single show in New York talking about your memory and
were there signs?
What happened? Well, what happened is he gave his fucking body, heart, and soul to 2 corporations who didn't pay him a fraction of what he's worth. And now he's paying for it. But anyway.
Were there signs? Good question. You should watch any episode of the Davey Mac Sports Program from the last 3 months.
But having said all that, it's wonderful to do the show with you guys. And it's a great thing that you're getting that neck brace off in 2 days, Roy. I'm happy for you.
2 days, buddy. 2 days.
All right. So, hey, follow us on all of the social medias, but make sure you're following me at Eastside Dave, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's all at Eastside Dave. The YouTube channel that you should be subscribed to is Eastside Dave TV, but also Modern Day Man Show. Okay, that'll do it for Roy Harder, for Bobby Tamburo. My name, Eastside Dave McDonald. Good night, everybody.